Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we will be doing a Comicscape video and we'll be covering Lois Lane's new series in which it is going full on progressive. They are tackling Drumpf, Orange Man bad, and they are just not pulling their punches whatsoever. It is in regards to the current border controversy. And, basically Trump just hates all illegal aliens, hates everyone that's not white, hates children. Jeez, he just hates so darn much. So let's just jump into the video. Lois Lane takes on Trump border camps in new DC comic. The first issue of Lois Lane's new comic has proven unexpectedly topical, given current events regarding the Trump administration and their policy of separating families seeking political asylum on the United States-Mexico border. Yeah, that's just exactly right. All of them are just seeking political asylum. None of them are criminals whatsoever. While the controversy over these camps has been brewing for over a year, recent inspections by Congress and allegations regarding misuse of taxpayer funds relating to refugee camps have given the issue a new fire, coinciding with Lois's new story in her first issue. Oh man, I remember when I read comics as a kid, it was just about superheroes and fighting, and now it's just complete progressive propaganda. DC, what are you doing? Do you really want to just completely ruin your comics? Ever since her first appearance alongside Superman in Action Comics #1, Lois Lane has caught a controversy. Her personality was largely inspired by the 19th century reporter Nellie Bly, who found fame for her exploits working undercover and for sensationalist stunts like emulating the journey in the Jules Verne novel Around the World in 80 Days. While later writers made marrying Superman a chief concern, Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel created Lois to be more than just a damsel in distress. Modern writers have maintained that mission, turning Lois into a journalistic paragon who never backs down in the face of a bully. You should see how Lois is portrayed in Supergirl. She is probably the most annoying character on that show. Even more annoying than Supergirl and Supergirl's lesbian sister. Yeah, she is just, it's just unwatchable. And through the powers of the press and her personality, accomplishes things Superman would never dream of attempting. God, she is just amazing. The first issue of Greg Rucka and Mike Perkins' Lois Lane pulls no punches, with a story titled Enemy of the People, a likely reference to Donald Trump's branding of the press as such just a month into his administration. No, he meant fake news is enemy of the people. Not the press itself, fake news. Which a lot of the press does at the moment. They just completely lie, just spew absolute propaganda, like yourself really. The story showcases Lois Lane as she works on several stories involving the apparent suicide of a Russian reporter who was critical of the Kremlin. But on the national news beat, Lois cracks a case so explosive, nobody's willing to go on the record. Naturally, Lois heads straight for the White House to ask the press secretary directly. And here's Lois Lane being all badass, and that's the secretary, just being bigoted, basically. Lois Lane, she's just so freaking amazing. In the White House press briefing room, Lois uses her press badge to take the fight straight to the press secretary, Lee Ann McCarthy, reading off a list of payments made to key members of the administration by companies that awarded contracts for the construction of tender care camps for refugee children. These children, Lois note, were separated from their parents thanks to the unnamed president's policies. You do realize why they're being separated from their parents, quote unquote, is that there's a lot of child traffickers that use children to come into America illegally. So, and some of these children get raped. So, it's actually for their own safety. When Lois refuses to back down and insists on an answer, she is escorted out of the White House with her press credentials revoked. Yet, she may have made her point, as news reports confirm that her colleagues among the press wouldn't move on from her questions either. While the name of the American president in the DC universe is not explicitly given, the story Lois is pursuing is clearly based on the ongoing border controversy regarding the treatment of minors on the US-Mexico border under President Donald Trump. Well, you know what Trump should do? He should just let them all in. Just let everyone in. We don't need any borders no more. Screw that. Yeah, it's complete open border policy. That's what I am advocating for as a black man. This has been a subject of controversy since 2018 when Trump instituted a policy of separating parents and children due to the fact that a lot of children are being trafficked in by child traffickers and they are not safe. Eliminating the distinction between illegal immigrants and legal asylum seekers. Dun dun dun. Even though, say, like 90% or so are illegal aliens, and yeah, he hasn't, like, eliminate the distinction between the two. It's just there's not that many actual legal asylum seekers. Because most of them are just illegal aliens just looking for more work. They're all just good people. They've never done nothing. I just love the fact that people think that illegal aliens are all just fantastic people when they will break the law of the country that they're entering and then demand special privileges. God, that's a paragon of humanity right there. While both an executive order and a judge's ruling have officially ended the policy, many children are still being interred within these camps due to loopholes within the policy. Oh God, look, this is a hero right here. This is a comic that I am going to buy. I just need more progressive propaganda in my comics. So, you know, I've always hated Lois Lane. I've always thought she's a freaking annoying character. Like, any medium that I've seen her in, she's just a pain in the ass. And yeah, Supergirl just absolutely killed her for me. The controversy took on a new urgency this past week amid allegations of financial impropriety in the running of these camps, similar to what occurs to the story of Lois Lane number 1. One New York Times report describes how the management of these camps has become a billion-dollar business for the companies involved. Well, guess what? If you really want to stop this, give Trump his border wall. Actually enforce immigration laws. And like, I don't know if this shit is actually happening or not. Definitely not to the degree that they are saying, but Democrats, you can fix this very easily. Just stop thinking that illegal aliens are just so much better than American citizens and actually enforce your border laws. That's all you have to do. An investigation by NBC confirmed that the amount of money being earmarked for each child is greater than keeping them with their parents. We've already discussed this. And enough for each child to be roomed in one of Donald Trump's hotels. Yes, it does cost a ton of money to house illegal aliens. And guess who's paying for that? Ah, that's right, the American citizens. The taxpayer gets screwed once again, thanks to Democrats. Because I know Democrats are going to blame Trump. No, 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 it is you idiots. Despite this, many of these facilities have no running water or showers, condition the Trump administration has defended, claiming no laws require providing children with soap, toothbrushes, or clean clothing. While DC Comics is likely to get an earful over the timelessness of Lois Lane number 1 story, this is far from the first time the character or the company has courted controversy. A similar outcry erupted last year regarding a story in Action Comics Special 1 where Clark Kent and Lois Lane attended the White House Correspondents' Dinner. By a happy coincidence, the storyline had a joke about the president's association with a rapper at the same time Donald Trump was befriending Kanye West. We doubt this will be the last time a parallel is drawn. Just amazing. DC Comics, what are you doing? Go back to just writing superhero comics about just fighting bad guys. Stop trying to bring progressive propaganda into everything you do. Do you really want to go out of business? Like, a lot of people are going to be like, oh no, DC Comics, they're way too big. Well, comics are dying slowly anyway, and what, do you want to hasten that death? Do you want to just speed it up to the point where it's just no one's going to buy your comics anymore, except for, because you do realize most progressives don't actually buy comics. This is the problem with everything, with games, movies. Like, they don't generally, you know, are involved in the media, in the medium, sorry, and yet you're kowtowing to them instead of your actual audience. It's a really good business strategy. I really like it. Anyway, guys, let me know if you are going to be rushing out to buy this new comic series. Issue number 1 is already out, so you can go out and buy that, read it to your heart's content. It's just going to be amazing. And I'm on BitChute now, so all these videos will be transferred over to BitChute, so go follow me there if you like. I might be starting to upload just, say, 1 or 2 videos there, try and get my presence up a little bit. Please also follow me on Twitter. I'm trying to get to 1K Twitter subs, or followers, I guess they're called. So, yeah, I'm using that a lot more. If there's anything you'd like me to cover, please let me know. Quite happy to take sort of requests. And, yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.